Acushnet's away. Doesn't matter what side it's on, right?
No.
You don't have the other one yet?
Oh, I do. Sorry. Yeah, I have a picture of it right here. Thank you for asking. Tuesday night action here for Cranberry Baseball League presented by WMUA Sports. Sibert and Joey Aliberti. It's the playoffs here, Joe. It's the Bourne Mariners taking on the Acushnet Aztecs. It's a matchup we've seen a few times this summer, and it's Zach Kirby on the mound for the Aztecs. The hard-throwing right-hander leads the Cranberry Baseball League in strikeouts. We've definitely got our hands full today. We're going to have a great game. But Joey, what's going on with you? How you feeling?
I'm feeling excited, Cam. I'm ready to watch some good Cranberry League playoff baseball here, and I think there's no better evening to do it on. Maybe a little humid, but other than that, conditions are well. The sky is just about perfectly clear here in Acushnet.
Yeah, in Acushnet, Massachusetts. Shadows casting down here at Pope Park, but like you said, it's a great atmosphere for baseball. And now with the playoffs here, might expect a little bit more of a performance out of both of these teams. Like you say, you got the ace in the hole for the Aztecs and Zach Kirby. Pull up his stats real quick. Just to kind of explain exactly how this playoff is formatted as well. It's a college World Series format, double elimination, 2 pools of 4 teams. So today will be, of course, Bourne versus Acushnet, and then the other game that's going on will be the Canton A's and the Rockland Cardinals. The winner of that game will play the winner of this game, and then the losers will go into a losers bracket. But like I say, Kirby will be the one on the mound for the Aztecs. He's pitched in 5 games. He's got 2 wins under his belt. He's thrown for 18 1/3 innings. He's allowed only 4 hits. He's had 9 walks, and then get this, 38 strikeouts to his credit. We were here for a game that he threw in. Actually, both aces for both of these teams went at each other, and Kirby ended up with 11 strikeouts, I believe, through about 5 innings. So definitely going to be a tough battle for the Mariners to try to get some runs on the board early here. But, I mean, what can they do? Of course, like I say, it's playoff action, so kind of anything goes. You're just kind of throwing everything out the window, just trying to win the game at hand here today. But with a pitcher with a high velocity, what's kind of the game plan, I guess you might say, for the Mariners?
I honestly think it's interesting to see how Coach Nate Charette went about ordering the lineup. Dan Cook, who's usually at leadoff, is now at cleanup at 4. And Mitch Lundholm stays at 3. Ferdinand stays at 2. But I think that's the most notable decision you see that they made. And I'm assuming they just want to get some runners on base. They know Dan Cook, one of the top 5 people in Cranberry League and on-base percentage, is very reliable in that sense. So maybe get Lundholm and Dan Cook on base, and then have good old Randy Frazier send him home. Randy Frazier a couple of years ago led the Cranberry League in RBIs, and I think they're looking for a little magic from Randy Frazier to help them out here.
Yeah, he's kind of popped in and out of the lineup as the year's gone on. Like you said, Joe, I think those are great points. Cook moves down to the cleanup spot, typically the leadoff guy. But instead, leading things off will be Tyler Marini, and he steps over towards the box and gets ready to go. Getting ready for the first pitch here. Like I say, a little shadow casting in between the pitcher's mound and home plate. Might make it a little tough to see the ball at first, but we'll see how that changes as things go on. Marini's ready to go. Kirby wipes the sweat off his forehead, puts his hat back on, and it looks like we're ready to get things underway for playoff action here for the Cranberry Baseball League. Marini stepped in, wearing that red helmet. Kirby's ready to go. He gets the sign from his catcher, and here comes the first pitch from the windup. In there for a strike.
Marini only 6 at-bats to his name so far this season, so it's interesting to see them have him lead off to start their first playoff game.
0-1 pitch, another fastball. That time beats Marini swinging, and quickly 0-2 in the hole. You looking at me to say something to what you said?
No, just...
Sorry, just kind of watching the play. 0-2 pitch. Misses upstairs for ball 1. I think it's kind of going to be key as well to try to get the pitch count for Kirby up. Like I say, it is the playoffs. Who knows how long they'll let him go here. 1-2 pitch. Good lead from Marini. Down low, make it 2-2.
Yeah, as you say that, I think his pitch count, the maximum pitch count for any pitcher right now is currently at 70. So it'll be intriguing to see if they put him through all 70 pitches.
2-2 pitch. Waved at, and that's strike 3. Quick strikeout there for Kirby to lead things off. Got him chasing at one in the dirt. So one down. The top of the first inning here brings in Tyler Ferdinand. Ferdinand batting lefty. Kirby's first pitch to him is low in the dirt. Like I say, I mean, it's going to be tough for the Mariners to put runs on the board early here. Might try to just work the pitch count from Kirby. Here's one fouled off. So 1-1 will be the count. Beautiful night for baseball. Where would you rather be?
Nowhere.
Tuesday night action here, Cranberry Baseball League. Tyler Ferdinand of the Mariners up against Zach Kirby. 1-1 pitch, going to lay down the bunt. Does it stay fair? It trickles into the batter's box. Foul. So 1-2 will be the count.
Tyler Ferdinand this year, sneakily a 300 hitter, hitting exactly 300 this year so far.
2 strikes against Ferdinand. Lundholm on deck. Kirby on the hill for the Aztecs. The steady presence leads the league in strikeouts with now 39 after striking out Marini to lead things off. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Ferdinand. Got him swinging at the changeup. A little ahead of that one, so 2 up, 2 down for Kirby there.
Yeah, Kirby's already shown the Mariners how lethal he is on the mound pretty early on, being 2 for 2 on strikeouts so far, Cam. But can't say you're too surprised coming from Zach Kirby.
Yeah, so make it 40 strikeouts for the gunslinger. And it brings up the 3-hitter, Mitch Lundholm, big lefty. First pitch curveball in there for strike 1. Nice movement on that as well. The off-speed stuff from Kirby is there.
It's all there for him.
Oh, and 1. Kirby takes a long look in, and now he's ready to go from the windup. Here's one roped over the first baseman's head by Lundholm, and see if he tries to stretch it. He will not. But a nice single there from Lundholm to put runners on base with 2 down here in the top of the first. Good piece of hitting.
Yeah, I would agree. That's exactly what you want to see from the Mariners. Sadly, they already have 2 outs to their name for the top of the first, but this is the strong part of the lineup here now with Dan Cook up, who leads their team in on-base percentage. Almost half of his at-bats end up in walks, Cam. 18 of 40 of them have ended up in walks.
Yeah, so Cook, typically the leadoff guy for this Mariners squad, now batting cleanup. I actually believe, when I was speaking with the assistant coach, in the past, Cook has hit as the cleanup hitter, but back in that role today here for the playoffs. First pitch catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Lundholm over there at first base for the Mariners with 2 down. Kirby looking over at Lundholm, keeping him honest at first. Now ready to go from the stretch. Fastball chopped at and dribbled towards the pitcher. Fielded cleanly by Kirby and on to first to record the 3rd out. So after Lundholm ropes a single over to right, Kirby's able to field the 3rd out and throw it over to first. No damage done through a half inning here at Pope Park. Cam Sibert and Joey Aliberti for WMUA Sports. Excited to be bringing you this playoff baseball here for the Cranberry Baseball League. Now the Mariners take the field. What's going on, Joe? What are you thinking?
I'm not, I'm not too surprised by the way that ended, just by knowing how lethal that right hand of Zach Kirby really is. He basically just carried the defense there of the Aztecs and made, I think, the rest of the 8 players just have to do next to nothing to really contribute to the outs. But, I mean, that's what you want in an ace pitcher like that. He's doing everything you want him to do.
Right, Lundholm able to pick up a little confidence, roping a single over to right, and then I think the hit there from Cook, he just kind of saw a pitch that he could get his bat on and felt like he should flail at it. It kind of just dribbled out to the pitcher and was an easy throw out over to first. So on the hill for the Mariners will be Connor Birch. And thank you, Joey, for helping me there. I couldn't really see it. Birch has thrown in 5 games. He's got a win and 3 losses. He's pitched in 14 innings, allowed 15 hits, 16 runs. He's had 12 earned runs, 7 players walked, and 16 strikeouts. So A little lopsided in terms of the pitching duel, but definitely have to be confident. I mean, we were at that game on, what was it, Thursday? Or either way, it was the Mariners took on the White Sox, the Braintree White Sox, the dynasty team in this league, and they had Jay Morris go, not necessarily the most overpowering pitcher, but had good defense behind him and kept it to be a close game for a long while there before Will Brennan hit a 3-run blast towards the end of it to push the Braintree White Sox over the Mariners. But still, we've seen where not the strongest of pitchers can get a little help from his defense, pick his spots, and try to get out of some jams to keep it a close game. I guess that's a possibility today again. Who knows?
Yeah. Anything can happen in a playoff baseball game. It gets a little wilder, you know? Teams start making a little more bold moves to make sure they just get ahead because it is a 2-game elimination, but I don't think they'd want to be in the loser's bracket to start things off.
Yeah, and so the defensive lineup for the Mariners, of course, Birch on the hill behind home plate, Logan Casala. Over at shortstop is Stephen Quigley. To his right at third base will be Tyler Rondeau. Over at second base, Tyler Ferdinand. At first base is Randy Frazier. Out in the outfield will be Tyler Marini in left, Mitch Lundholm in center, and then Dan Cook out in right. Here's a first pitch hit to the shortstop and right into the glove there of Quigley. So quickly 1 up and 1 down, 1 pitch, 1 out for Connor Birch. That's efficient.
Yeah, that was Tyler Rondeau, actually. Oh, actually,
No.
I don't know why that is.
Rondeau over at third. Typically the shortstop, though, Joe. I'll definitely give you credit there. So after Dylan Sullo flies out to the shortstop, here's one hit to foul territory and fielded by the first baseman over there, Randy Frazier. So 2 up and 2 down through 2 pitches.
Yeah.
Not bad for Connor Birch. Could we see the 3-pitch inning? I haven't even have time to tell you who's up to bat before they're flying out here. So 2 up and 2 down through 2 pitches. Now it brings Logan Sullo to the plate. It was Dylan Sullo who led things off. Then Zach Sylvia there who just flew out to the first baseman in foul territory. And now Logan Sullo, the left-handed hitter, steps in. There's a lot going on here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch in for a strike. So it won't be a 3-pitch inning, but still a very efficient start for Birch.
Yeah, to say the least.
Breaking ball misses low. 1-1. Here's one roped towards center field. Lundholm tracking to try to make the play. He lays out and loses his hat. Gets over his head. Solo's at second base, and that's where he'll stay. As the Mariners finally get it into the cutoff man to hold Solo at second base. Guess you credit the effort there of Lundholm out in center field. Just couldn't quite track it down.
Yeah, that's somewhat of a tough ball to get to. Thankfully, Tyler Marini was there because Mitch Lundholm just kind of stood on one knee after he realized he didn't have the ball in his hand and was a little disappointed himself. But Tyler Marini kept chugging along and threw it over to, what's his name? Stephen Quigley. Sorry about that. In time to make sure he didn't get that triple.
So it brings up the cleanup hitter for the Aztecs, Cabot Maher, out in right field today. He's got a runner at second base with 2 down. Takes the first pitch looking for strike 1. It's Logan Sullo, the base runner out there on second base. And Maher facing Birch from the stretch. This pitch is to the backstop because Sala's going to have to go back and get it, but not in time before Logan Sullo is able to head down to third. So now the Aztecs threatening with a runner on third base. 1-1 count to Maher. Little wind gust slamming the door next to us. 1-1. Birch from the stretch, delivering. Here's one popped up behind the plate. Casala might have a chance, and we're being told to keep our head up. Look out! Behind home plate. I think that ball had some crazy spin on it. It might have went out and came back, and a couple patrons there were lucky to just miss some
I'd say
contact.
Less than 3 feet away from hitting someone straight in the top of the head.
Happy to see that it missed. Everybody's okay. baseball will continue. Now 2 strikes against Maher here with 2 down. And a runner on third base. 2-2. See if Birch can get out of things with no damage done. Breaking ball. Did he catch a part of the plate? He did not. So fill things up at 3-2, and the runner at third will be taken off. So now 3-2 to Maher. Birch on the mound for the Mariners right now, trying to keep things where they stand at 0-0. Maybe it was 2-2, and I misread the count. Now it's 3-2. Happens sometimes. So now it's 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way from Birch. Delivers. Misses upstairs. And that sends Cabot Maher down to first base. Runners on the corners now. So in comes Bryant Solkind. Left-handed hitter. Out there at first base today in the field. And he's got runners on first and third base with 2 down. Swinging at the first pitch and fouling it behind home plate. Do you try to steal second if you're the Aztecs, Joe?
I don't say you do. You know, you already have someone on third. 2 outs on, for this bottom of the first inning, so I don't think they should try to do that at this point.
Here's one roped towards left, backing up and making the play is... Who is that? It is Tyler Marini. So a well-hit ball is shagged by Marini, and no damage done there after runners were on the corners. We're through 1 inning here from Pope Park. Still 0-0 is the score. And due up to start the second will be Randy Frazier. What do you say we pull up some statistics on Randy? You had the stat that he led the Cranberry Baseball League in RBIs. What was it, a year ago? Or
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I think it was. I think it was 2018 that he did just that. But Randy Frazier, an aged veteran, you might want to say, for this Bourne Mariners team. As you were talking to me about this before in the game, now losing Zach DiMatteo, who got moved up to Worcester or Weymouth or whatever it was to play there, and he was their #1 hitter on that team, so that's going to be a big miss for them during this playoff series.
Right, Zach DiMatteo was batting cleanup for the Mariners. He ends up getting the call to go to play in the Futures League, like you said. He actually hit a home run in his first game there, so we enjoyed watching him play, and I'm sure the Mariners will miss his presence in the batting order, but just got to move on. Take them as they come.
Nothing more you can do, Cam.
See if you can't look up Zach Kirby, where he went to school. So, like I say, Frazier now due up for the Mariners. He's getting ready to step in, get this second inning underway.
Zach Kirby attended Framingham State, or currently attends Framingham State.
Kirby's ready to go here for this second inning. Frazier in the box takes the first pitch for a strike. Oh and 1. Kirby from the windup again here, delivering to Frazier. Catches a piece for strike 2. Frazier doesn't like that. So now quickly 0-2. Kirby a chance to get another strikeout here. 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging upstairs. So Kirby records another one there on the heat.
Randy Frazier does not look too happy about that one, but, he's swinging outside there, and not that much you can do when you're facing the best pitcher in Cranberry League.
So now 3 strikeouts to Kirby's credit. In comes the designated hitter, Drew Boley. Got to see him hit a grand slam earlier this year. First pitch from Kirby. Misses up top for ball 1. Mariners would definitely like to see a run or two on the board early here. but you might expect that they're just going to have to battle things out against Kirby until they see a pitching change, and that's when they'll get their opportunity to pounce.
Yeah, but at this rate, it might be tough to see a pitching change. Kirby's just absolutely lighting up everyone, and he's getting through pretty quickly this batting order.
1-2. After that one's fouled off. Boley tightens up the gloves, and we wait for a new ball to get thrown into play. Who's got it? The Aztecs do.
Boley one of 4 hitters this year on the Mariners, over 300 average, hitting .303 with 10 hits on the year through 33 at-bats, 5 runs, and 8 RBIs.
2-strike at-bat right now for Boley. Here's Kirby from the windup. Tried to beat him with the gas. Did he go? They'll say he did. So 2 strikeouts here in this second inning for Kirby there as he gets Boley to chase at the fastball upstairs.
Yeah, and that's now 4 quick strikeouts for Zach Kirby. Kind of emulating what he did earlier this season against the Mariners.
Now it's Logan Casala quickly in and taking his first pitch for a strike off the outside part of the plate. Umpire definitely favoring that side. 0-1. Wasting no time in there for strike 2. Upstairs this time. Still on that outside part of the plate, and Charette will holler out a little phrase to the umpire to let him know he doesn't agree. 0-2 to Casala. He's going to have to be swinging at anything close. That one's off the outside part, just an inch more than the last pitch, so a ball this time. Maybe umpire heard the words from Charette and changed his mind. 1-2 from Kirby. This one's roped towards second base, fielded on one hop and over to first in time. Nice play there from Zach Sylvia at second. And we're through 1.5 innings from Pope Park.
Yeah, really quick 1.5 on both sides. Very, just Zach Kirby striking him out on on every level, either that or just a ground out. And then on the other side, we had 2 pitches and 2 outs, and then I think one more batter after that grounded out. And I mean, at this rate, Cam, this game might be over by 8 o'clock. You never know, though, because obviously it's only 1.5 innings through this game and still a lot of game to be played. And I'm assuming the offensive bats, at the very least for the Aztec sides, will step up. It might be tougher for this Mariners team when they're facing Zach Kirby. He's shown to not allow many hits and be pretty shut down when it comes to pitching on the mound.
Yeah, so we're halfway through the second here. Still Birch out there for the Mariners, and due up for the Aztecs will be Ian O'Brien. O'Brien behind home plate for this one. See what you can't find out about Ian O'Brien here through the convenient Cranberry Baseball League website. Cam Sibert and Joey Aliberti bringing you the coverage here for the Cranberry Baseball League. It's presented by WMUA Sports. And Joey, you kind of made a good point to me the other day. We might actually be the voices of Cranberry Baseball League. Sneakily, very sneakily. I don't know who else is setting up to broadcast these games. We appreciate those that are tuning in. What do you got here on Ian O'Brien? O'Brien playing in 11 games. He's had 20 at-bats. Good for a 174 batting average. I can't really see it from this far away. Joe, help me out.
It's a 200 batting average, a matter of fact. And he also has 4 hits on the season, 1 run, and then 3 RBIs to go along with 3 walks and 7 strikeouts. So just a middle-of-the-pack hitter for the Aztecs.
Yeah, and kind of the contrast between the two pitchers right now. Kirby, of course, had 4 strikeouts already to his credit. Birch, on the other hand, has had some help from his defense. He saw the first 2 pitches he threw be recorded for outs, then had a walk and a single that led to runners on first and third base last inning, but he got out of the jam, no damage done. Now his first pitch to O'Brien is in for a strike. Nice showing here for the Cranberry Baseball League at Pope Park. Some fans in attendance. There's a little basketball court over down the third base line and fans lining up on the fence to watch this one. Still staying socially distanced. I'm not trying to spread that pesky coronavirus. Big swing and a miss for strike 3 there. Nice breaking ball from Birch. Fooled O'Brien and make it 1 out quickly here in the bottom of the second. So Birch records his first K of the game, and now he faces Tegan Andre, the designated hitter for the Aztecs, in there batting lefty, and Charette telling his outfielders to play the ball to the opposite field. Center fielder Mitch Lundholm moves over a little bit towards left.
Yeah, Tegan Andre, another player with not much experience so far this season, only showing up in 7 games with 15 at-bats, hitting exactly 200 and only recording 3 hits on the year so far.
Takes a ball upstairs. Kind of wondering what the count is. 3-1, I believe. Andre working with 1 out. Birch from the stretch, not wasting much time. That one misses for ball 4, and Andre will head down to first. So now Birch has walked 2 batters in this contest. But I mentioned it, the pace of play, pretty good here. We're already in the bottom of the second. Birch isn't wasting much time in between pitches. The new wave of baseball players, if you will.
Very brisk.
Trying to keep the game alive as it starts to lose some interest amongst its fan base. It is America's pastime. First pitch, not even thinking about swinging, and he takes it for ball 1. That's Brandon Sullo.
The third of the 3 Sullo brothers. And
yeah, there must be a good story behind that.
yeah, for sure.
That one catches the inside corner for a strike. 1-1 will be the count. 1 down. Tegan Andre over at first base. Base runner for the Aztecs. Still nothing here in the bottom of the second. And Birch working from the stretch. This one's tipped foul. So 1-2. Yeah. 3 Sullos in this batting lineup. I wonder, you would think they would be brothers, maybe cousins, or just an odd coincidence that they have the same last name. But yeah, like I said, there's probably a great story behind that. This time it's Brandon Sullo. He's batting in the 8th spot. Pitch right down the heart of the plate, fouled away. Still 2 strikes. Big Cranberry Baseball League playoff matchup here between the Bourne Mariners and the Acushnet Aztecs. Double elimination. 2 pools of 4 teams. The winner of this one will play the winner of the Canton A's and the Rockland Cardinals. Here's a poke over the second baseman's head. It's going to get down, and will Andre try to stretch to third base? He will not. He will hang at second. So a quick single there from Brandon Sullo over to right. Put the runners on first and second base now.
Yeah, and this Aztec offense is starting to kind of crack through this Mariners defense, hoping to maybe put a couple runs on the board early and then hop right on back on the Zach Kirby bandwagon and hope that he just keeps doing his thing.
So now it brings the 9-hitter to the plate, Jackson Raydell. Runners on first and second with 1 down. First pitch down the middle. He fouls it into an adjacent field. Heads up over there. Oh, and 1 against Raydell here. Birch throws a breaking ball that's going to catch a part of the plate for a strike. 1-2, falling off the table.
Raydell hitting .208 this year with 7 strikeouts and 5 hits to his name.
Actually 0-2, so a chance for Birch to punch out the second batter here, and he did. Nice looking pitch, catches the outside part. Casala dropped to his knees behind home plate. And with that said, that's 2 strikeouts now in the inning for Birch. Make it 2 down with runners on first and second.
Dan Cook with a little celebration in right field. I don't know if you saw that, Cam, but he was strumming his guitar over there, celebrating that strikeout.
Yeah, he was going with the circle motion too, if I'm not wrong. Really waving at that thing. Playing some power chords out and right. So now back to the top of the order with Dylan Sullo. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Birch trying to get out of things and leave 2 stranded. Bottom of the second, still 0-0. 1-0 pitch. Misses again in the dirt, but a nice scoop from Casala there to hold the base runners at first and second. Andre not with a ton of speed out there at second. Designated hitter for the Aztecs. Brandon Sullo over there at first. And we assume his brother Dylan up to bat. He flies one over towards left. Tracking to make the play is Marini. He gets under it and fields it cleanly. And that'll be the inning. So we head to the third now. Still 0-0. And due up for the Mariners. Let's take a peek. As I flip over my handy-dandy stat book, Tyler Rondeau, batting in the 8th spot, will be the one leading this inning off for the Mariners. Joe, what's up?
Nothing much.
Entertain us.
Tyler Rondeau, not a crazy hitter, not someone that's gonna pop out at you on in the batter's box, I should say, but someone that might certainly pop out at you in the field. He doesn't seem to make many mistakes there, and he's a guy you're gonna want in your infield to make some plays.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it last game. Maybe a Gold Glove candidate if that was an award that was being handed out. He's made some really great plays at short. He's at third tonight. I will say, yeah, I agree with you on the batting take. He's not necessarily the most overpowering hitter, but he's had some good hits this year at some big times. Ended up having a real good at-bat late into the game that we were at against Braintree where he worked the count and was able to get a walk to kind of lead off the bottom part of the inning as they tried to make a comeback. Solid player for sure.
I completely agree. I don't know if you saw those Zach Kirby warm-up pitches, by the way, but he had a 12-6 curve, what looked to be, and the break on it was just dirty.
Tough to see.
Shouldn't be legal in this Cranberry League.
Little sidewinder.
Yeah, to say the least.
Kirby already with 4 strikeouts. Hasn't made it through the entire lineup yet. He's now facing the 8-hitter in Rondeau. We're ready to start the top of the third. First pitch in for a strike. Looked like he was practicing that breaking ball, and he pulled it out on the first pitch. So right on cue there, Joe. Good eye. 0-1. Kirby again from the windup. Fastball this time. Just missed. Looked good to me. Yeah, but I guess just missing. So 1-1. Rondeau digging in. Kirby's pitch from the windup. Maybe another breaking ball there. Fouled away. 1-2. I don't have a great angle. I kind of have a pole here right in front of me. I chose a bad spot.
Yeah,
Counting on you over there, Joe.
I got a great spot. I've seen some questionable calls so far from the umpires. Some that maybe looked a little outside of the batter's box. But he's getting paid and I'm not, so I can't really say much more.
Maybe not getting paid enough. Here's the 1-2 pitch, chopped over towards short. Throw on the run is in time. I'm sorry I got so caught up in that play. Nice looking throw over there from Dylan Sullo. And what I was looking to see is if the third baseman was going to charge that one and take it. He came across, didn't end up making the play. Instead, Sullo scoops it up on the run and makes the throw to first to beat a speedy Rondeau to the bag.
Yeah, you really couldn't see who had the ball there for a minute. I honestly, I'm in agreement with you. I thought the third baseman had the ball there too, but Dylan Sullo came out with it, and I was a little caught off guard. But same thing still happened, regardless of who got it.
Yeah, so now the Mariners shortstop will be the one stepping into bat. 9-hitter here, Stephen Quigley. Took his first pitch in the dirt for a ball, I do believe. Kirby with the breaking ball. That one tails in and catches the outside part for a strike. Kirby with all the tools in his bag. Breaking ball, fastball, that'll beat you. Goes with the fastball there, has it fouled off, so 2 strikes against Quigley.
Quigley, another 200 hitter for this Mariners team. Hasn't been able to produce too much this year on the offensive side, but seems to be a solid fielder from what I've seen so far.
Working with 2 strikes against him here. After Rondeau grounded out to short. Takes a pitch upstairs for a ball. 2-2. Kirby trying to record his 5th punch out of the game. 2-2 pitch from the windup. Breaking ball fooled Quigley. Got him out ahead of it. So make it 5 strikeouts for Kirby as the Aztecs throw it around the horn.
Yeah, and striking out 5 of 9 batters to start off the game is pretty impressive, to say the least, Cam.
Absolutely it is, and now he's back to the top of the order, and see if he can't add a few more to his total. Tyler Marini this time will be the one stepping in. He struck out to lead things off. Kirby not wasting any time, similar to Birch on the other side. They both just get right up and go. Can definitely appreciate that if you're a fan of the game, trying to speed things up. Time from Marini at home, and Kirby will also take a breath. So his name is Kirby. It's not Yoshi. He doesn't have the Yoshi rainbow ball. Gets Marini swinging at 1 for a strike.
He does have a breaking ball, though, that could be almost as spectacular as that Yoshi rainbow ball.
Here comes Kirby. Fouled off. Marini staying alive there. Yeah, I'll tell you, though, that Yoshi rainbow ball is tough to hit, Joe. That thing is just has some wild movement. You talk about movement on a pitch. 2 strikes against Marini. Here's the pitch from Kirby. Did it catch the part of the plate? It did not. So now 2-2?
Full count.
Full count. 3-2 here. With 2 down, a payoff pitch on the way from Kirby. Takes a big step for his windup, and here he comes to home plate. He fanned him with another fastball. 3 up, 3 down for Zach Kirby. 2 more strikeouts to his tally there. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Neither team able to put any runs on the board just yet. See what the Aztecs can do with their chance. It'll be Sylvia who will start things off for them on the other side.
Yeah, and Zach Sylvia, one of the 2 of the kind of elite batters for this Aztec offense, hitting at 444 on the year through 36 at-bats. He has 11 walks also to add to that crazy batting average, too. So it's not like he's just getting on base by hits. He's getting on base every single way he can. 26 out of 36 times he's gone on base. I don't really know the math there off the top of my head, but that's quite impressive. Also 10 runs to his name too, so he not only gets on base, but he gets those runs gets those runs going home, I guess.
Absolutely. Got the lights turned on here at Pope Park as the sun continues to set. Some clouds have rolled in. Still a great night for baseball. Joe, what are you thinking from the 4 major sports? Anything you're looking at right now, or any good games you've been seeing?
I think the biggest news that I've seen just this week, today and yesterday, has been the cancellation of college football. Big Ten, Pac-12, Big 12 have all canceled their seasons. I think the ACC is along with them. I think the SEC is the only Power 5 conference so far to not have canceled their season yet, and they're trying to stay afloat and stay strong and get even more college teams that want to play football to join their conference for this year.
Right, you saw that push from some of the players. Trevor Lawrence making that post to Twitter saying, we want to play. Whatever our options may be, just present them to us and we'll see where we can go from there. Unfortunately for Lawrence and the rest of the players, it doesn't seem likely that things will continue. And that's probably for the safety of the players. After that, I'm not sure if you saw that article from ESPN, maybe some heart problems that are being associated now with COVID-19. Yeah. There's obviously just so much that we don't know about the disease in general. So,
and funny enough, my best friend's cousin is the one that had those heart problems at the University of Indiana. So I've met him before, Brady Feeney, actually. So he had no pre-existing conditions before, and now he's not doing in the greatest of shape. Probably would have had to taken the year off, even if the Big Ten was playing, as he was about to start his freshman year at Indiana. So it can do a thing on your body, even if you don't think it could.
Right, and kind of what I'm alluding to there. Yeah, you just don't know what this disease is all about and what it can do. Obviously, we're learning more about it every day, and unfortunately, we're learning some bad things about it with what you just described there, and getting kind of close to home there, Joe. I mean, it's hard to hear that. So we're underway here in the bottom of the third. Sylvia has taken a few pitches. There he is checking his swing at that breaking ball. He did not go, according to the umpire down at first. So see if we can't get the count from the umpire here. It is 3-2. Things have filled up. See what Birch has got in store for Sylvia here. Fastball misses up and in. So Sylvia with a nice at-bat will head down to first base on 4 balls. Logan Solo be the one to step in. He had that single. Actually, it was a double, I'm sorry. An inning ago, hit one out to left center. Got over the head of Mitch Lundholm. He was able to stand up into second base. Didn't end up coming around to score. This time he's got a runner at first base to try to drive in. Takes the first pitch on the outside part of the plate, and it's in for a strike. I think the angle I have just must be throwing me off a little bit because I thought that missed clearly on the outside part. But regardless, strike one called. Another pitch on that outside part, and at least he's staying consistent. Another strike there. 0-2 quickly against Solo. Infield for the Mariners playing the double play ball. 0-2 on the way from Birch as he takes a look over towards first to hold the runner there. From the stretch, he delivers and misses up high for the first ball of the at-bat. Both of these teams trying to score their first run of the game. Bottom of the third. Breaking ball from Birch, chopped over towards the parking lot. Keep an ear out. Oh, and I saw the ball bounce off the back of a truck. Didn't look like it did any major damage.
Yes, thankfully,
It's not that car you drive, Joe. I know that.
That is for sure.
That's all we're worried about.
Yeah, maybe a little selfishly, but also would hate to see anyone else's car get wrecked because, maybe not me, but you, I know, can feel their pain.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us. 2 strikes still against Solo. He just took a ball outside. 2-2 will be the count. Nobody down. He's got a runner on first base. Trying to score the first run of this game here in the bottom of the third. Birch from the stretch. This one back to the pitcher, a reactionary play, and he'll flip it over to first to turn 2. Birch drank coffee this morning.
Maybe not the double play you were thinking of there, Cam, when you were talking about the infield. Just straight back to Connor Birch, and then the base runner that was on first didn't even try to make his way back to first. He just stood there looking kind of amazed at the fact that he caught that ball.
Right, had no chance to make it back in time, and a nice double play there for the Mariners. So 2 outs now on the reactionary play from Birch at the mound. Snap back to him, but he had the glove there in time. And if you're Solo, you got to be a little upset about that. A hard hit ball results in a double play. Now first pitch to Maher. Nice breaking ball got him swinging. Second pitch misses in the dirt. Again, it's kind of what I was saying. Maybe not the most overpowering pitcher, Birch, but he's getting some good help from the defense. And why not be your own defense on the mound there?
Yeah.
Turn a couple. So here's the 2-strike pitch to Maher. Just misses outside.
Maher, one of the more lethal hitters for this Aztecs offense, hitting .341 this year with 15 hits and 12 RBIs through 44 at-bats.
2-2 pitch misses outside. Make it 3-2. Umpire getting heckled a little bit. He has been pretty consistent with that outside part of the plate. 3-2 pitch from Birch upstairs. And so Maher will head down to first for his second walk of the game. Birch a little upset about that, you can tell. And it brings in Bryant Solkind, batting in the 5 spot. He flew out to left field last time.
Brian Solkind, second in at-bats in the Cranberry Baseball League, only to his teammate, Dylan Silo. Fun fact.
Very fun fact. So a lot of experience in the batter's box this summer for Solkind. See how it pays off. Swinging at the first pitch. Quigley's going to have to make a play. Tried to stab at it. It'll get past him into the outfield in left. And so it'll be a single on an error there for Bryant Solkind. Quickly aboard on the first pitch.
Yeah, no disrespect towards Stephen Quigley here, but I really do think if Tyler Rondeau were in his classic shortstop spot, that would have been a routine play for him. He's quite exciting when he's at shortstop.
Yeah, Joe, I actually think that's a pretty good take, something I wasn't necessarily thinking about. Rondeau is over there at third base. Quigley has been at short when he's moved around, but yeah, who knows? Maybe the stout fielder would have made the play. Definitely tough to call for ifs, ands, and buts, but
very true.
Either way, 2 aboard now on first and second. We have a little mound visit taking place for the Mariners. Infield visit as well, as the infielders congregate and make sure they're on the same page for this 2-out at bat. It will be Ian O'Brien. Bottom of the third, still nothing. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Aztecs up to bat right now, trying to break the seal. Like I say, Ian O'Brien will have the chance to do that. He's going up against Connor Birch here again for the Mariners. Tegan Andre in the on-deck circle, and we're ready to go here after the mound visit. First pitch from Birch, chopped foul over our heads. Charette calling out to his third baseman saying, just play where you're comfortable. Don't worry about the shift or anything like that. Rondeau, of course, an instinctual fielder. We've talked about it a couple times so far on this broadcast. I think that's a good call to let him do him. 0-1 pitch from Birch. Missing in the dirt outside. Even up the count. Beautiful night for baseball here. We appreciate you tuning in with us for the Cranberry Baseball League. This is playoff action. Here's one popped up to the infield. Rondeau calling for it and moving in towards the mound, getting under it and making the play. So that'll retire the side. Still, again, no damage done there. Remains a 0-0 contest as we head to the top of the fourth. Game moving along pretty quickly here, and we'll take a very, very short break on WMUA here from WMUA Sports. You're listening to the Cranberry Baseball League. We'll be right back. Just a 30-second break. Thanks for staying with us. You're good.
And we are back with Cranberry Baseball now in the playoffs. First round, we have the Acushnet Aztecs up against the Bourne Mariners. Bourne Mariners, the home team in this 0-0 battle through 3 so far. Ace pitcher Zach Kirby on the mound for the Aztecs coming up to the top of the 4th inning here. And Tyler Ferdinand will be starting things off here, the number 2 hitter, second baseman for the Bourne Mariners. Struck out in his first at-bat, but not an uncommon thing here, Cam, to start out this game, as just about every single batter in this lineup has been struck out by Zach Kirby so far.
Yeah, he's definitely throwing some shed right now on the hill. It's tough to catch up to it, but we'll see if the Mariners can make the adjustment as they start to get through the second rotation through the order.
Kirby with the first pitch, and he will get Ferdinand trying to take a crack at it, but coming up unsuccessful. 0-1. Kirby, brisk pace between pitches, will throw a fastball down there that will foul ball and take a bounce into the parking lot. Thankfully, not do any damage to any cars, putting the count at 0-2. Having Ferdinand right where he wants him. As I was saying earlier, Ferdinand, one of the better hitters on this Mariners offense, having a 300 average. And another foul off into the parking lot Back left of the field. Again, hitting pavement. Thankfully, not a car window. Count remains at 0-2. And that'll be high and outside for the first ball of this at-bat. And Cam, I feel like one thing I've noticed so far about Zach Kirby is he does not throw many balls.
No, definitely a very accurate pitcher. Again, doesn't waste a lot of time.
And that one will be cracked into center field for a base hit for Tyler Ferdinand, right through the second base gap. And second hit, I should say, so far for this Mariners offense.
Yeah, great sign for the Mariners offense as well. I mean, you really got to try to break down Kirby right now. Haven't had a ton of success getting runners on base. Nice no-out single to start things off, and you're off and running, you got to hope.
Mitch Lundholm is now up, and Lundholm is the only other batter so far to get a hit as he hit one into right field for a single in that first inning.
Yeah, Lundholm's a great hitter.
Lundholm is a great hitter, and he is also has the second most stolen bases for this Mariners team, other than Dan Cook, who is due up next. So 2 speedsters hitting 3 and 4 today. Right. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the statistics, like you were talking about last inning for the Aztecs, Lundholm with 59 at bats. Don't have a lot of time to fill in with color here.
Yeah, the pace of Zach Kirby is very, very fast. He just tried picking off Tyler Ferdinand at first, was unsuccessful. Might I say, Cam, I've still yet to see a pickoff be successful.
I think I might have saw one earlier in the year, but yeah, no, not a lot of them for sure.
And now I presume it is a 2-2 count. No outs with a runner on first for the 3-hitter, Mitch Lundholm. Kirby delivers, and it'll be fouled into left field, going a little past that basketball court.
Yeah, that might have been an interesting play over at first base. Tyler Ferdinand looked like a fake steal almost. He started to head down towards first. You hear the first baseman call out he's going, and then he stopped almost halfway down the line. It was before the ball was hit, too, so it wasn't like it was, foul ball, I'm going back to first. Almost seemed like it was intentional.
And another pickoff attempt for Zach Kirby. Again, unsuccessful on Tyler Ferdinand. But yeah, maybe trying to get in the head a little bit of Zach Kirby. Try to mess him up a little, get him off his rhythm.
Yeah, Ferdinand is very aggressive over there at first base right now.
2-2 pitch in there for a ball. Now full count. And haven't seen many full counts so far with Zach Kirby. It's usually maybe a ball or two, and then he'll strike the guy out. But Lundholm taking him the distance here, and he will get him in there for a breaking ball high and outside to strike him out looking. And now strikeout number 7 for Zach Kirby.
Yeah, right on cue there, Joe. Like you're saying, it hasn't been a lot of full counts for Kirby, and I guess maybe Lundholm there might have expected him to throw a ball. He goes with a breaking ball in the 3-2 count and just trailed in right into the heart of the plate for strike 3.
Dan Cook takes a swing at the first pitch, is unsuccessful, and 0-1 count now for Dan Cook up against Zach Kirby. Tyler Ferdinand, another fake steal attempt, Cam. I see what you're talking about there now.
Yeah, maybe a fake steal or like just a big lead just to kind of mess with the catcher a little bit. It certainly got O'Brien popped up quickly to maybe make a throw down. He didn't.
1-1 pitch here, and that'll be a ball. And Tyler Ferdinand steals and is successful. Very close play there, but Ferdinand gets in there to be safe. Looks a little shaken up on the play, though. Has to take time. Maybe stretching that back out.
Yeah, sliding is definitely not a very comfortable motion, but like you said, it was a close play at second. O'Brien made a good throw. It didn't have a lot of zip on it, I guess, so Ferdinand had a little bit of time to get in. He had a really good jump as well. Like you say, though, he might be a little shaken up, maybe on the hand or something. Seems fine, though. He's ready to go.
Now, a 2-2 count I am pretty sure of. I can't say I'm positive. I got mixed up after that. Two balls, no strikes. My mistake. That does not seem to be right, though. I must have misheard the out.
Still a big chance here to score a run.
Huge chance. Still 0-0 game here, Cam, through 4, and It's looking like any team is looking for just even a single run because that might do it. A 1-0 game could definitely do it here.
Yeah, and it's almost been some. Oh,
And that'll be a breaking ball in there for strike 3 again, Cam, with that 12-6 curve. Starts off right at Dan Cook's eyes and ends up at his toes.
yeah, Kirby can beat you in a lot of different ways. But yeah, a commonality almost of this Cranberry Baseball League has been that the starting pitchers go the distance, don't let up a lot of runs. And when the runs start to come in is when there's a substitution on the mound. And it's something that we're going to probably see again here tonight.
Yeah, I would completely agree with you, Cam. Aged veteran Randy Frazier at the plate now and looks at the first one high, and it's a strike. Not too favorable of a decision, I guess, to the Mariners' dugout.
Yeah, and I think what made it look so much like a ball is that O'Brien dropped the pitch from behind home plate. It still was a little high. It was a breaking ball. It was kind of working its way back into the zone, but I think that's what kind of made it look like it was more of a ball than it was.
Yeah, you're probably right there, Cam. And we still have Ferdinand here on second. Randy Frazier facing a 0-1 count now against Zach Kirby. Kirby has struck out both of has 2 strikeouts for both the outs this inning, 8 total strikeouts. Throwing the 0-1 pitch and has Randy Frazier swinging almost out of his shoes there, Cam. And Randy Frazier is really an impact on defense, and it doesn't seem like many of the Bourne Mariners can do much about it.
I'll tell you, he feels due.
Who feels due? Frazier?
Yeah.
Frazier trying to get a tip of it. Maybe he heard you and went a little aggressive there.
Well, it's like you said, he went after that one pitch that was outside in the dirt. I mean, he's filled in a couple times in a few games. He hasn't been the most consistent in the order. It feels like he's coming in here to make an impact, and now's a pretty good time to do that with a runner on second base.
I would say so. There is 2 outs, but if he could drive in that second baseman home, that could lead to be the play of the game right there. Frazier now facing Kirby, and that one will be in the dirt for ball 1. A 1-2 count now. Ferdinand really playing out there on the base path, trying to, maybe I really respect the tactic. Try to get in the head of the catcher and the pitcher maybe, and see if he can pull anything to help out his fellow teammate Randy Frazier at the plate. Now a 2-2 count, as that one was low and outside. And Zach Kirby now to deliver the 5th pitch of the at-bat. And it is a drop third strike, but he will not get there in time, as I can't say exactly who the catcher is.
Ian O'Brien.
Ian O'Brien throws him out. Doesn't take too much time to react to that one. And now we are in the bottom of the 4th. And Cam, I think right now, if this game goes the way it does, Zach Kirby, I think, runs away with the Player of the Game award.
Yeah, what's he got? 6 strikeouts now?
8.
Or
9.
Make it 9. Yeah, last time we saw him, he had 11 through 4 innings. Now he's got 9 through 4 innings, or through 3.5. So yeah, I would definitely have to agree. Player of the Game honors would make sense. He's just got the fastball that'll burn you. He's got the breaking ball that'll fool you. Changeup that'll catch you off guard. He's really got all the pitches, and he's putting them in the right spots so far this game. Needs a little help from his offense, though. It's still 0-0. Both teams could use some runs. Birch doing a good job as well for the Mariners. Like I say, a little different philosophy maybe. He's depending on his defense a little bit more.
Yeah, defense is definitely more of a focus for this Mariners team. They don't have Zach Kirby, which is fair enough. Only the Aztecs have a Zach Kirby to help rely on. No one else can really say they have an average of 19 strikeouts through a game pitched.
Right, and I will say, last time these two teams played, I mentioned that pitching duel between Malin and Kirby. Logan Malin for the Mariners was actually also called up to a different league, I believe. I wanted to say it was the Futures League, but I don't think it actually was. It was maybe a different league. I know there were some scouts that were here looking at him too. So the Mariners did have an ace pitcher. They ended up losing him to a different league. Kirby, of course, still here for the Aztecs and helping him out here in the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pitcher that you would want more than anything, I would say. There's probably not many more valuable players in this Cranberry League to have in the playoffs than an ace pitcher and the top pitcher in the league, and that's exactly what the Aztecs have in Zach Kirby. And now we have Tegan Andre up to bat. He walked last time out. Designated hitter. As I was saying before, not too much experience. I think only 7 games played and 16 at-bats. This is his 8th game. And that'll be in there for a ball. And just a little inside. And now it'll be grounded to second. And they will not be able to get there in time. And Dan Cook will have to field that and right for the base hit.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'm not sure exactly what the scouting report is here from the Mariners, but every time Tegan Andre has been up to bat, they've shaded towards him pushing the ball. He's a left-handed hitter, and the shift was on there again, so he pulled it into the second base gap, and unfortunately, Ferdinand wasn't there to make the play because the shift was on. It gets through, and they call in a pinch runner.
Maybe not the speediest of the runners, I would say, but yeah, interesting. Tyler Ferdinand didn't even have a shot to make it over after that infield shift, and for a lefty hitter to shift over to the left side is an interesting play. And now we have Brandon Solo up to bat, one of the 3 Solo brothers, as we said before. Base hit in his first at bat. Now has a pinch runner on first with no outs. Oh, and now we have a pickle here. And we are going to see what happens to this pinch runner. And it is not looking good for him as he is tagged out after about 4 or 5 seconds. But first pickle I've seen this year, Cam.
Yeah, and you see some frustration in the Aztecs dugout. I think that's pretty reasonable. I mean, you put a pinch runner out there on first base to maybe cause some concern on the base paths. The first thing he does is get himself stranded out there. A nice throw down from Logan Casala. He caught him slipping. And yeah, you hear the helmet slam because there's some frustration there. Don't exactly know who the pinch runner was that came in, but a mistake that you just can't make in a 0-0 game when you're trying to get some runs on the board, get yourself thrown out after a nice piece of hitting from Tegan Andre.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Connor Birch delivers the first pitch. That'll be cracked to shortstop for the ground out. Close call, but got there just in time. Good fielding by Stephen Quigley after making up for that error.
Yeah, like you said, he had that error an inning ago. It was definitely a tougher play than that one. Still, that was no easy play. Had to charge it, makes the play in time, actually throws it on the run accurately as well. So nice redemption play there from Quigley after the error an inning ago, and 2 down for Birch here.
Now, Jackson Radel comes up to bat. Radel is the 3rd baseman for the Acushnet Aztecs. And the first pitch will be in there for a strike, but again, one of those outside pitches that the ump calls a strike, and very lenient on those outside pitches so far. And that'll be fouled back right for second strike of the at-bat. 2 outs, no one on for the Aztecs offense. Still a 0-0 game here in Pope Park. Both teams really relying on their defense to keep them in this game. Offense has not been much of a factor for either side. 0-2 pitch will be cracked in there, right in the gap, right center gap for a single. Mitch Lundholm will field that one. And now Jackson Radel on first, coming to the top of the order with Dylan Solo. I was saying this before, Dylan Solo leads the Cranberry League in at-bats, also leads the Cranberry League in strikeouts. So he's a kind of polarizing hitter, leads the league in strikeouts, but also one of 2 players with a home run on this Aztecs team with 2. So a lot of mixed signals from Dylan Solo, one of the 3 Solo brothers. And that one will be in there for strike 1. Connor Birch gives Jackson Radel a look before he throws in a pitch inside for ball 1. 1-1 count now. 2 outs with a man on first. Top of the order for the Aztecs. Dylan Solo up. Zach Sylvia on deck. Connor Birch with the 1-1 pitch, and that will be cracked right in between short and third for a base hit. And neither Quigley or Rondeau could have gone to that ball. Pretty tough one to get at. So now 2 outs here with a man on first and second, and the Aztecs are starting to get some things together, Cam.
Right, starting to put some things together, but 2 outs in the inning, you almost have to wonder if it's going to be too little too late. See if Birch can't get out of the jam before things get too dangerous.
Zach Sylvia up, and another one of the really good hitters for this Aztecs team. I think I said this before, but hitting .444 on the year, and just having a really strong year on the offensive end, and exactly who you want up, I'd say, for this Aztecs offense to maybe push some runs in late in this game. And first pitch will be in there for a strike. Fastball. Now 0-1 count with 2 outs for Zach Sylvia. Man on first and second. Birch throws the second pitch in there for a ball. Fans thought that was a nice spot. Umpire disagrees. Fans not really liking the umpire's decision making at the plate. Batter calls time. I guess just wants to take a quick break. Lets Connor Birch take a break too. And now I can't say I know who that is warming up over there for the Mariners, but someone is in the bullpen warming up, presumably relieving Connor Birch. And Connor Birch will... And it is hit by Zach Sylvia in short right field, sending Jackson Radel home to make this now a 1-0 game for the Acushnet Aztecs with a man on first and third. Cam, perfectly placed ball by Zach Sylvia right in that bad little front corner of right field.
Yeah, 2-strike pitch on the outside part of the plate. Had to swing at anything close, presence of mind to take it to opposite field, get it down, and score the guy from second base. It makes you kind of go back and think about that 2-strike pitch that was called a ball and the difference it makes in this game now as a run scores. Put the Aztecs in the lead.
Yep, and now Coach Nate Charette comes back out to the mound, and it looks like we are going to see a change in pitching for the Mariners team. And I guess all it took was 1 run, and he was out of there. But that could be crucial. Like, honestly, the way this game's going defensively, 1-0 could be the final score of this game, Cam.
Right. I mean, of course, we've seen the stellar pitching from Kirby from the Aztecs, and you have to think he might not go the distance. Maybe the Mariners will have a chance to jump and score some runs once there's a pitching change on the other side. Birch right now for the Mariners still trying to get out of this inning with no more damage done. 2-out rally right now from the Aztecs that started at the bottom of the order with Jackson Radel. He ropes a single, ends up coming around to score there for the first run of the game, and now, like you said, still runners on the corners with 2 down and a solid hitter.
Yeah, Logan Solo up to bat. One of his brothers on third, and he will crack that into center field for a base hit, driving his brother in from third to home for the second run of the inning. All right, and breaking news: we just found out that Acushnet is the home team.
It's just a scoreboard error. They can figure it out themselves.
It's
not our job.
Yeah. We do this out of the kindness of our hearts, and it's a thankless job, Cam. I've said this once, I'll say it again. We come out here on our own dime and
the home team
put out the best.
Oh, yeah. Right. No, that's right.
Well, we were mistaken, Cam.
He's just trying to throw us off our game, Joe. Don't let him do it.
But now, with the runners on first and second, Acushnet with all the momentum here with Cabot Maher up to bat. 2 walks so far. And now with Logan Silo and Zach Sylvia on first and second. And, I mean, this is exactly what the Acushnet Aztecs wanted in their offense. And he will be swinging at that one for strike 3 as unnamed pitcher gets his way out of the inning. Not sure if it's still Connor Birch, actually. That might be Connor Birch. I don't know if they let him finish out the inning, but he did finish it out in a tough way. And now we head into the the top of the 6th, I guess. I thought this was the bottom of the 5th. And now with a 2-0 lead for the Acushnet Aztecs going into the top of the 6th here, we will take a 30-second break. And this is WMUA Sports from Pope Park, and we will be right back.
All right, so we are back here, Pope Park in Acushnet, Massachusetts. Cam Sibert and Joey Aliberti for WMUA Sports. We've been covering Cranberry Baseball League action here pretty much all summer long. We've missed a few games here and there, but the ones that have been here in Acushnet, we've been here for. And we're in store for another good one, Joe, as we head down the stretch. Now the Mariners find themselves in a 2-0 hole after the Aztecs put together some runs there in the top part, or in the bottom part of the inning, I'm sorry. So we head to the top of the 6th. Top of the 5th, actually.
Top of the 5th.
It is the top of the 5th, and it is Drew Boley stepping in for the Mariners. Still the ace in the hole, Zach Kirby, on the mound for the Aztecs. His first pitch from the windup in there for a strike. A nice breaking ball dealt to Boley. Thank you, Joe. Casala will be on deck. 0-1 pitch here from Kirby. Fastball tried to beat him upstairs. It misses for ball 1. Beautiful night in Acushnet, Massachusetts. The lights are now on, beating down on the field. It's kind of dried out a little bit, if you notice, Joe. The grass is not necessarily as green as it's been in games past.
Not as much lush in the grass.
Here's a hard hit ball up the middle. Diving play at second base is the throw in time. It is. Oh, my word. Out there at second base is Zach Sylvia making the play, and it almost seemed like Boley wasn't expecting him to get to that ball.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think Drew Boley kind of took that one for granted as he thought that one was just going to be right through the gap. But, I mean, Zach Sylvia with the great play. First that single to end off the 4th inning, and now this to start off the 5th with a great out.
Maybe another candidate for player of the game. First pitch to Casala in there for a strike. And, yeah, I wasn't necessarily watching Boley head down the base path, but just based on how much the throw beat him on a diving play, I have to think he slowed up and thought it might have been a single. Oh, look out. That ball snuck through the fence of the backstop. That could have been dangerous, but I don't think anybody is hurt. Didn't hear any weeps, pain. But back to the action at hand. Casala in there, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now 1 down after Boley grounded out to the second baseman over there. Sylvia making a diving play. And Kirby is ready to go on the mound from the windup. Pitch in the dirt. 2-0 here. The Aztecs jump out to the lead. And they've got their ace on the mound in Zach Kirby. We'll see how much longer he can go. Trying to strike out Casala. Misses again for a ball, and that should fill up the count. And trying to keep the strikeout counter alive here for Kirby. Did you just count it, Joe? Was it 1? Is still at 9. Are you sure about that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do believe it is still at 9. Here's Casala staying alive, fouling one off. So 9 strikeouts here in the top of the 5th inning for Zach Kirby. The hard thrower out of Framingham State. Actually lives in Rochester, just to skip over from Acushnet here. I'm pretty sure. Sabermetrics.
Sabermetrics stat of the night.
Kirby's 2-strike pitch to Casala. Misses outside. And that will fill the count. So now 3-2.
Yeah, and we've seen Zach Kirby face this full count multiple times, and he's prevailed, I think, every single time now.
3-2 pitch from Kirby. It'll miss outside for a ball, and third base coach Nate Charette is exactly right. That is a great at-bat out of Logan Casala. Fouling off a few pitches, staying in there, and getting himself down to first base on a walk.
Yeah, and really putting up that pitch count, too, for Zach Kirby. Exactly what the Mariners want to be doing at this point of the game. And I think that is the first walk of the game for Zach Kirby, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken, Joe. First walk of the game given up there by Zach Kirby. So a runner on first for Tyler Rondeau, who takes ball one as he steps in. One down here in the top of the fifth. Mariners trying to answer the 2 runs the Aztecs scored there in the last half inning. And they, like the Aztecs, will have to work from the bottom part of their order. Pitch over to, or throw over to first base, I should say, not in time. Still Rondeau in there. 1-0 is the count. Pitch from the stretch from Kirby will miss outside for ball 2. Quickly ahead is Rondeau. And again, it'll be Casala over there as the base runner on first. He's taking off to second. O'Brien not even going to be able to make a throw. Got a little caught up on the transfer from the glove to the throwing hand.
Yeah, that's interesting. It looked like he almost shook off his hand. If it almost a little pain, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but I guess a lucky break for the Mariners team.
Right, he was going to be throwing from his knees. Instead, he'll hang on to it. So an easy steal there for Casala puts him in scoring position. He's down at second base. Rondeau goes 4 pitches for 4 balls. Loose ball behind home plate, and plenty of time on the throw there from O'Brien. Call it redemption. He's going to hose Casala at third, and Rondeau will head to first on the walk. Make it 2 down now after Casala gets hosed trying to take third base.
Really risky play. I thought, again, it looked like he thought he had it, and he almost started slowing down, looking at the catcher, not focusing on just trying to get to third, and ended up kind of messing him over in the end.
Yeah, and I didn't have an eye on the third base coach there, Nate Charette, and whether or not he was telling him to go. He did seem frustrated. But regardless, make it 2 outs now and a runner back on first again. Here's a pitch over to try to get Rondeau at first. He slides back in time. Brings up Stephen Quigley, the 9-hitter. Yeah, and at a time when you're down by 2 runs, anytime someone's getting thrown out on the base paths, it's going to hurt.
Yeah. Every single runner in scoring position for this Mariners team is crucial, and to lose one like that really hurts.
Tying run at the plate in Quigley right now, trying to put together a 2-out rally. Here he is swinging at a fastball and missing for strike 2. Big, healthy cut there at that fastball, just misses. Left-handed hitter back in the box. Here's the pitch from Kirby. Did it catch the outside? It did. That was actually strike 2 right there.
Happens.
So now 2 strikes against Quigley. We'll have to swing at anything close. Rondeau, the base runner at first. Here's Kirby from the stretch. Delivery. Outside for a ball. Rondeau, pretty fast base runner over there at first. A ball hitting the gap could possibly score him. Kirby looks in for the signal. Ready to go. Here's the throw. Breaking ball got Quigley swinging, and that'll retire the side. Kirby able to get out of the inning with no damage done, and the score remains 2-0 here. Aztecs in the lead.
Yeah, and Zach Kirby with his 10th strikeout now, and 10 strikeouts through, 4.5 innings, so 5 innings of defense is highly impressive, to say the least. That's, exactly what he's been doing all year, and he's playing as he should in one of the most high tense pressure games possible of the year. I guess it's the Cranberry League, so maybe it's not as high pressure as maybe a college game, but still somewhat high stakes. Maybe a scout or two watching this game, looking along to potentially add Zach Kirby to their team, like they had with
The scouts tune into us, Joe. You didn't know that?
Yeah, we have our own scouts camp. We have some talent evaluators watching out for us.
Yeah. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Game that was moving along pretty swiftly there at the start. Slowed down a little bit when the Aztecs started to score some runs, but still, it started at 7 o'clock. It's only 8:19 right now. It's pretty good pace.
Yeah, and Zach Kirby really helping to be a part of that. I think he's taking I'd say with anywhere from 5 to 6 seconds per pitch, which isn't really a lot for a pitcher.
Right. We do have a pitching change. I'm trying to maybe see if I can't seek out some more information on that. It's kind of been the struggle all summer long, is to figure out kind of who's coming in at certain times. Not necessarily being passed a ton of information, but how about you entertain him here, Joe? I'll go find out.
Sure. We have a 2-0 score game here for the home team in Acushnet at Pope Park over the Bourne Mariners. And now we are entering what looks to be the bottom of the 5th here of a 7-inning playoff game. Winner of this game will go on to face either the Canton A's or the Rockland Cardinals. Loser will face the loser of that game in this double elimination playoff series, and the winner of the entire of those 4 teams in this double elimination will go on to face the winner of the other 4-seeded bracket. That includes, I think it's Braintree, Plymouth, Weymouth, and the South Shore Diamond Dogs. And now we will have play commencing yet again for this bottom 5th inning. And this new pitcher will deliver his first pitch, low and outside for a ball. And we have Bryant Salkind up at the plate. And 1-0 pitch will be cracked in there to shortstop. Stephen Quigley making the impressive play, throwing that into first for yet another Golden Glove-worthy play there, Cam. And he's really making up for that one error that he had earlier in this game.
Yeah, similar ball was hit in that same spot earlier in the game. He tried to stab it. It ended up getting past him to left. That time, Quigley's able to make the highlight play. He quickly pops to his feet after making the pick and gets the throw over there in time. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I was kind of running back trying to get the information. Noah Bleakley will be the pitcher. I just saw his name first thing I saw. For the Mariners, he's able to record his first out after Bryant Salkind grounded out to short there.
Noah Bleakley only 2 innings pitched so far this season, so this is only his 3rd inning, and it comes in a pretty intense time of a 2-0 playoff game late in this bottom 5th inning.
Absolutely, a huge time. Trying to keep the lead where it is at 2 right now for the Aztecs. Steps off the rubber and to gather himself a little bit. Bottom of the 5th inning. Big swooping curveball misses on the inside part, and it's Ian O'Brien at the plate right now. Yeah, I mean, that really was a really good play from Quigley. I think it might be a little downplayed by just voicing over it. If you could have seen it in person, you probably would have been a little more impressed. There's strike 3 to O'Brien, though. He goes down swinging. So 2 outs for Bleakley. But yeah, I mean, it was a hard hit ball in the gap. Quigley moves to his right out there. Glove on his left hand, has to stab it and get the throw over in time. It was impressive for sure.
On the knees, too. Had to pop up really quick. Almost threw it off his knees to first base and got it in there as clean as he could.
So after the strikeout on O'Brien, first pitch to a pinch hitter, misses for a ball. Second pitch is hit towards the second baseman. Ferdinand down on a knee, fields it cleanly, and that'll retire the side. So 1-2-3 that time for the Mariners. Bleakley comes in and does his job well. Now it's the offense's turn to do their job and put some runs on the board, find themselves down by 2 as we head to the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, now only 2 more innings, Cam, for this Mariners team to try to put some runs on the board. And if Zach Kirby stays in there, it's going to be really tough to do that. But I don't know what his pitch count's at exactly, but it's got to be getting maybe somewhat high, no?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're headed to the top of the 6th inning right now. No doubt it has to be getting up there. He's had a pretty good game, no doubt. Hasn't let up any runs, but he's been through the lineup 2 times. He's about to face the top of the order again here. And yeah, as expected, we are going to see a pitching change. See if I can't shag the name from this Aztec player as he runs by.
Yeah, and I honestly think this is a huge get for this Bourne Mariners offenses. They don't have to face or fear facing, I should say, Zach Kirby anymore.
But the first practice pitch there makes me think things might not get much easier. A little sidearm throwing motion and plenty of velocity on this southpaw. It's got some crazy movement. See if I can't get the name. Excuse me. What's his name? Zach. Okay. It's all good. Got his first name, but no, we can figure that out through the website there, Joe, if you don't mind. It is Zach. He is a left-handed thrower.
Funny enough, Zach Kirby was the one to tell
Tell
us
us,
that.
right? Yeah. Couple Zachs. He said, I know his name's Zach because my name's Zach. But yeah, like I say, he's got a kind of sidearm throwing motion. Mariners are kind of scouting it as they get ready to hit.
No Zach is found other than Mr. Kirby out there.
Interesting. Very interesting. We got another player walking by. See if he doesn't know. But we're getting ready for the top of the sixth. The Mariners down by 2. They're going to have to put the bats to work. Excuse me. Do you know what his name is on the mound? Ryan McGurn. Thanks, bro. So it's not Zach. It's in fact Ryan McGurn. We got his stats right here. He's thrown in 6 games. Ended up with 1 win and 1 loss. 16 innings pitched. He's allowed 7 hits and 9 runs. And he's walked 15 batters, and he's struck out 15 batters. So, pretty balanced statistics for Ryan McGurn.
Not as potent as Zach Kirby, but can't really expect that out of many people at all. But probably a favorable matchup for this Mariners offense.
First pitch to the top of the order, Tyler Marini in for a strike. Marini has struck out twice so far. That almost a submarine throwing motion coming from underneath puts a crazy spin on the ball. That one's fouled away for strike 2.
Yeah, and I don't think this is the first time we've seen that. I'm pretty sure we saw that against Weymouth somewhere. We had a righty throwing a submarine pitch. I can't exactly cite the name of the player.
Look out, 0-2 pitch inside, almost hit the batter. Had to move his head out of the way, make it 1-2, and even the umpire behind home plate was a little shaken up by that one. He had to jump out of the way. Good guy, Zach Kirby, coming back to try to correct us as he told us his name was Zach. We got it this time. Here's one drooped over to first base. I don't have words. Fielded cleanly. I was going to say cleanly fielded. Both of those work, but yeah, 1 out now as Marini grounds out to first. Get a good laugh out of you there, Joe. You watch me fumble my words.
Need a good chuckle every once in so often on the broadcast, Cam.
I think we've been good for that. So after Marini grounds out, it brings Tyler Ferdinand to the plate, trying to spark some momentum here for the Mariners. They're down still by 2 runs in the top of the 6th. It's a 7-inning ball game. First pitch to Ferdinand misses outside. Joe still got a smile on your face. Love to see it.
Yeah. Playoff baseball. How can't you have a smile on your face?
Exactly. Having a bunch of fun here. Here's McGurn's second pitch. That one catches a piece for a strike. 1-1. Ferdinand will step out, take a breath. He struck out at his first at-bat and then had a single over to right field. Third pitch chopped down the third base line, foul. So it'll be 2 strikes against Ferdinand, 1-2 with 1 down. You mentioned it there, Joe. Playoff baseball here tonight between Bourne and Acushnet. Double elimination format, 4-team pool, 2 4-team pools. The winner of this one will play the winner of Canton and Rockland. Ferdinand catches another piece there, but fouls it away. Two strikes against him. Still has to swing at anything close. Trying to start things up here for the Mariners, who need to score some runs. McGurn from the stretch. Got Ferdinand swinging, but he's going to have a chance to run down towards first base. The throw is going to nick him, and what's the call there? Interference? Wow. So he's going to be safe. I'm pretty sure it hit him in the back, did it not?
It looked like it hit him in the glutamus maximus from my angle, Cam.
Yeah, so a missed third strike, swinging a missed third strike, sends Ferdinand down to first base. O'Brien didn't have an angle to make a throw and hits him in the back with the ball, so Ferdinand will be safe at first. A much-needed base runner for the Mariners. It brings the tying run to the plate here in Mitch Lundholm. Swinging at the first pitch. Look out over there in that basketball court. Nobody got hit. That was moving quickly, though.
A couple of rugrats over there playing some basketball. You don't want to see a Mitch Holm liner foul ball coming at your face. But with that Tyler Ferdinand hit, he maybe took a little stinger, but you got to do what you got to do to get on base there.
Oh, and a good-looking pitch is swung on and fouled out towards third base. Room to make the play, but it just nicks the glove and gets down on the ground, so no out there from the third baseman. It's irrelevant who that is, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Joe. We're all right. So Lundholm with 2 strikes against him now after fouling that one out of play, and still has a base runner in Tyler Ferdinand at first. It was Jackson Raydell at third, if it matters anything to you. McGurn's ready to go here for to Lundholm. This one's chopped towards third base. Takes 2 hops, and the third baseman has to make a hard throw over to first, and he did. Gets Lundholm on a bang-bang play at first to record the second out, but not before Tyler Ferdinand was able to advance to second base, so runner in scoring position for the Mariners.
Yeah, and hopefully we see something here from, I shouldn't say hopefully, we're broadcasters, it doesn't matter who wins, but I guess the Mariners are hoping to see a hit here from Dan Cook, one of their better hitters, hitting in the cleanup 4 position.
Yeah, Cook is typically the leadoff batter, but batting in the 4 spot today, you definitely said it best. He is one of their better hitters.
Pretty sure he leads the Cranberry Baseball League in both walks and stolen bases at that.
So you can see where he's been successful as a leadoff hitter. See what kind of success he can have driving runs in the cleanup spot. Runner on second, and it looks like he might do just that. This is a hard hit ball to center field. We might have a play at the plate. We will. Here comes Ferdinand, the throw. Not in time. And that'll shrink this score down to just 1 on a nice piece of hitting from Dan Cook. Ferdinand scores from second base.
I mean, exactly what you wanted to see out of Dan Cook there. Just a nice one that falls into center field right before the fielder and getting Ferdinand enough room to make it to home.
Yeah, and the throw, had it been placed a little better, might have been in time. It just kind of missed home plate. O'Brien had to take a step over and allowed Ferdinand to come in standing up. So now Dan Cook is over at first base. It brings Randy Frazier to the plate with 2 down. And Cook over at first represents the tying run. First pitch from McGurn, in for strike 1. As Drew Boley gets ready in the on-deck circle. Randy Frazier, a couple strikeouts against him so far this game. He's had some tough calls from the umpire. Runner's taking off for second base. O'Brien's throw looks good, and did he get him? The tag is no good. He's in there and safe at second base.
And that is why it is a luxury to have Dan Cook on the base path. He makes plays like that. Huge play to put him in scoring position there and gets there just in the nick of time. He is exactly who you want on the base path if you're the Mariners.
And the Aztec side is up in arms because the throw was there by a mile, but somehow Cook must have pulled some kind of Mike Trout slide at second base to avoid the tag, and he's called safe. Could turn out to be a pretty monumental play in this game, as now the tying run is at second base with 2 down. Frazier still the batter. And Frazier gets ready for McGurn's pitch from the stretch. McGurn looking in for the signal, and now he's ready to go. Looks back towards second, kicks, delivers, inside for a ball. And you can only imagine that there was some kind of crazy slide out there at second base to allow Cook to be safe. You wish you could have a camera out there to see exactly what happened. Randy Frazier, still the batter, up against McGurn, trying to tie things up for the Mariners. He's got a runner on second base. Here he is swinging and fouling one away. Playoff baseball here for the Cranberry Baseball League. It's presented by WMUA Sports. Cam Sibert, Joey Aliberti bringing you the action. And the action it has been.
Yeah, and it's kind of exactly what you were predicting to start this game, Cam. The starting pitchers weren't going to do much. They were going to be pretty stout on defense. Then it's going to be the relief that lets up the runs, and that's where the game really breaks open.
Yeah, Frazier fouls one away, and yeah, once Kirby came out, we see a run scored already for the Mariners against McGurn. Same thing on the other side of the coin. Starting pitchers have been solid, but of course they couldn't go the entire game with this pitch count in place. Some relievers come in and it maybe opens up the door for these offenses. Still Randy Frazier at the plate right now. 2-strike pitch is going to miss outside. We'll see exactly how many balls he has in this count. 3-2. It is a full count. Runner on second will be moving on the pitch with 2 down. And again, that runner on second base represents the tying run here in the top of the 6th inning. 3-2 pitch to Frazier. This one's chopped foul yet again. Nice long at bat for Frazier. He's been fouling him away. His father, I believe, is over at first base.
Yeah, making that good left-hand scoop there. Little father-son connection right there, Randy to Randy.
See if the mojo can pay off. 3-2 again to Randy Frazier here from Ryan McGurn. Still a runner at second base. He hasn't gone anywhere. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got Frazier to chase one on the outside part of the plate, and you hear the fire from the Aztecs. They hang on to this lead and keep it at 1. They will go in to swing the bats in the bottom of the 6th, and they'll hope that they won't have to come back for more at-bats in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, and Randy Frazier looked very displeased with himself after that one and making that his 3rd strikeout of the game. Not exactly what you would want to see from your veteran presence in the batting order, hitting at number 5, but I mean, that was just a great pitch by Ryan McGurn to strike him out there swinging.
Yeah, but what an intense game it's been so far. 2-1. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Mariners have to hang on to this, keep the lead where it is. They're down by 1 run right now. Noah Bleakley has come in to pitch. He's still out there for them. What else is new, Joe?
I mean, the NBA bubble really firing up here as, players like TJ Warren and Devin Booker and Damian Lillard really making this thing super exciting and so successful. You love to see how much success this NBA bubble's had, only through 6 or 7 games. There's about 1 or 2 more games for each team until playoffs start, and you already know that's just going to take it to a whole nother level and just be extremely exciting.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun to watch, just kind of the competitive edge that these players bring now, knowing there's no fans in the arena. It's almost just like a game of street pickup or whatever it may be, playing at the local gym.
Yeah.
But it is a pretty good product, too, that the NBA has been putting out. I mean, if you didn't know any better, you wouldn't really know that it's an empty arena. I mean, I guess you can obviously tell with the virtual screens and everything like that, but still, the production value is there. And obviously the players are still having that feeling like they're in a real NBA game and they're still competing at the same level.
And another point is that I've heard a few times now is the lack of traveling they have to do. Usually in a playoff series, you have to keep getting on planes and keep traveling, so they're much more fresh now that they don't have to keep getting on planes and traveling and get used to different time zones.
Yeah, that's a great point. We're underway here in the bottom of the 6th. The first pitch to Brendan Solo was fouled away. Again, it's Noah Bleakley on the mound for the Mariners, trying to keep this lead at just 1 for the Aztecs. On deck circle is Jackson Raydell. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Misses for a ball. Like I said a little earlier on, really good showing in terms of attendance. Not to say that people are packed in and that there's crowds or anything like that. Everybody's spacing out pretty well. But some people out to watch this Cranberry Baseball League action, and they're watching a ball hit to right field pretty well, but Cook was there to make the play in right. So quickly 1 down. Solo caught a good piece, just kind of got under it. Plenty of time for Cook to jog under that one and make the first out of the inning. So now it will be Jackson Raydell. First ball will nick him in the torso, and he'll head down to first base, hit by pitch.
I think that actually nicked him in the top of the helmet, right on the beak of his helmet, Cam.
Oh, is that right?
Very close to his face. I could be mistaken, but that is what it looked like it did.
I was just getting ready to say that Raydell was the one who kind of led off that, or sparked that rally an inning ago. he came around to score after a single there at the bottom of the lineup. But now, again, he's over at first base, and he's brought it back to the top of the lineup with Dylan Sullo. Sullo swings at the first pitch, fouled it off. We'll see if there's any action with Raydell on the base path over at first. Last time up for Dylan Sullo, he also had a hit, kind of kept the rally going. He came around to score. A little 1-2 punch from the 9-hitter and the 1-hitter. 0-1 pitch to Sullo, misses.
Dylan Sullo, one of the 2 players on this Aztecs team to hit a home run, and I don't think there could be any better time to hit a home run than right now, Cam.
Yeah, that would definitely help. 1-1 pitch to Sullo, misses in the dirt. Breaking ball there from Bleakley. Playoff baseball here, and it's not dire circumstances, double elimination, but still both of these teams trying to stay in the winner's bracket. Here's another pitch to Sullo, fouled away. Winner of this game will play the winner of the Canton-Rockland game, and the losers will play each other. 2-1, or 2-2, I should say. 1 out. Bleakley's pitch, fouled away again. Mariners just trying to make it back in the dugout to put together some runs and get themselves back in this game. They find themselves down by 1 run right now in the bottom of the 6th. Would be their final at-bats after this. And you hear it from Casala behind home plate. He says, good pitch. It was a good pitch from Bleakley there to record the strikeout on Dylan Sullo, the leadoff hitter. So now make it 2 down as Zach Sylvia steps in. Sylvia had a hit in his last at-bat. Just a single, and it scored a couple runs.
Zach Sylvia also making the highlight play at second base. So it's really, other than maybe Zach Kirby, has really been the most outstanding player for this Aztecs team.
Certainly, Joe. Appreciate you bringing that up. Bleakley missing in the dirt. Runner's going to head to second. Throw from Kasawa. Looks like it's in time. Did he get the tag there? He did. That's a big play from behind home plate out of Logan Casala. He'll throw out the runner at second base, and he chirps over towards the Aztecs dugout and says, I had him by a mile.
And a little underrated, but almost Patrick Mahomes-esque because he made that on the run facing the other, or throwing it in the other direction, Cam.
Runner was already halfway down the path as well. Kind of hit off the gear of the catcher, and it got a little away from him. He's able to pick it up over towards the right-handed hitter box, throw it down to second in time. That's an impressive play from Casala in a big time to head to the bottom of the 6th here. Or I'm sorry, the top of the 7th here, so the Mariners can get their final at-bats, or maybe not their final at-bats if they can come back into this game down by a run.
And now another new pitcher in for the Aztecs. No more southpaw. Not exactly sure who it is, Cam, but hopefully we will get an update from Acushnet on who this may be.
Did you say another southpaw? I believe he's a righty.
No, I said no more southpaw.
You are correct about that. Drew Boley due up for the Mariners. Yeah, it's definitely tough to get any information on the pitcher, but Joe is going to be generous. He's going to go see if he can't figure things out. So again, top of the 7th inning, 2-1 ball game. The Mariners are down. Trying to mount a little comeback here and force the bottom of the 7th inning. Drew Boley, the one due up for the Mariners. He flew out to the infield last time. It's been a gorgeous night here in Acushnet, Massachusetts for some baseball. Playoffs getting underway here for the Cranberry Baseball League. And looks like we're just about ready for things to go. Like I say, Boley will be the one due up. Had a strong showing from Zach Kirby for Acushnet. Started pitching this game since we've had a reliever. And now we're headed into our 3rd pitcher for the Aztecs this game. We're waiting on our good friend Joey to get back with some more information on who that is. But either way, Bully steps in and he's ready to go. First pitch to him is inside, almost hit him. But it's in for ball one. And our messenger is back.
Formerly right fielder Cabot Maher.
Oh, Maher, yeah. He did look familiar. Okay, so Cabot Maher comes out of right field to throw and misses inside again, 2-0. So somebody new in right field. Again, Mariners trying to score at least a run here to tie things up in the top of the 7th. 3 straight balls from Cabot Maher, and you have to think Boley will be taking another pitch here. Three and 0. Maher has been throwing from the stretch. Here he is again. He will miss 4 straight balls. So easy enough for Drew Boley. He'll head down to first base. And some energy from that Bourne Mariners dugout.
Yeah, Maher, 4 innings pitched so far throughout the season, 4 strikeouts, and that is now his 3rd walked pitcher, or batter, my mistake.
So it brings up Logan Casala. We actually have a pinch runner over at first base. I believe that's Joe Frechette. Logan Casala gunned that runner at second base to end last inning. Now he's up to bat. See if he can't carry that momentum from the field to the plate. He's got a runner over at first base with nobody down. Ian O'Brien will call for time and go out and have a chat with his pitcher.
Cabot Maher also with the save this year too, so no surprise that he's coming in here in the top of the 7th now, where he's probably needed most.
Yeah, Aztecs definitely calling on Maher at a big time right now, trying to hang on to this 1-run lead. If he was able to record 3 outs without letting any runs across, that would do it for this game. The Aztecs would start off their playoff run with a win. Maher able to find the strike zone that time. The fielder over at third base playing well onto the grass, maybe expecting some kind of sacrifice bunt. Here's one dribbled just out of the batter's box, and a collision between the pitcher and the catcher as O'Brien makes the throw to first. He does get it there on a hop. Both Maher and O'Brien were ready to make the play. It wasn't a bunt, but it was just a very softly hit ball just out of the batter's box, and what an interesting play. Lucky to get the out at first.
Yeah, pretty impressive that I can't even say I know who made that play to throw it, but they both collided, and pretty impressive that it still made it there, dribbling to first, still in time to get that out.
Yeah, but regardless, it moves the runner to second base. Frechette, the pinch runner out there with 1 down. It brings Tyler Rondeau to the plate with a chance to tie things up here in the top of the 7th. First pitch from Maher. Big swing and a miss there from Rondeau. Wanted to go for all the marbles there in one swing. Big time in the game here from Pope Park. Top of the 7th inning, Rondeau up to the plate with a chance to tie things up. Runner on second base. 1 down. 1 strike against him. Takes that second pitch for a strike. A delayed call from the umpire. That was well inside. So now 0-2 quickly for Rondeau here. He'll have to be swinging at something close. Calls for time. That pitch might have been on the inside part pretty well there, Joe. I don't know. I couldn't really get a good angle on it. I think the umpire has a better angle than us, but...
He does, but I agree with you, Cam. That was, I'd say, about 4 or 5 inches away from Rondeau's chest.
0-2. He takes a check swing. Did he go? They will say he did not. The umpire is shifted behind the mound, so he didn't have necessarily a great angle on it, but he says he didn't go. That's all that matters. So now 1-2. As that pitch misses upstairs. Still Rondeau with a chance to tie things up. Frechette at second base. 1-2 pitch will miss. It gets to the backstop. Frechette's going to head down to third. O'Brien does not have time to get the throw over. So now the tying run at third base.
Massive mistake there by the Aztecs and Cabot Maher there. And, I mean, if Frechette scores here, we got a brand new ball game.
What an intense ball game it is to this point. 2-2 count. 1 out. Runner on third base. The relief pitcher, Cabot Maher, trying to get things done. Another pitch behind to the backstop. Frichette's headed for home. The throw is not in time. Frichette's going to slide in, and he is safe. The Mariners are fired up. They are able to come back and tie the game here in the top of the 7th inning on a pass ball.
2 straight wild pitches for Cabot Maher to bring Joe Frichette from second base all the way to home to tie up this game now, and massive mistakes made there, but it's far from over now.
So now tied at 2 apiece in the top of the 7th. Rondeau still the batter with 1 out. He's got a full count against him here, and we'll see if he can't keep the rally alive and maybe try to grab the lead for the Mariners before we go to the bottom half. Maher trying to shake off the passed ball. Throws a good strike, but it's fouled off by Rondeau, so he still stays alive. How about the energy from the Mariners bench there as soon as that run came across? Everybody up to celebrate.
Unmatched energy right there. And
Tyler Ferdinand was the first one.
I mean, it's a playoff game, and tying it up in the 7th inning right there is just massive.
Can feel just how much this means to these guys. 3-2 pitch. Inside swing and a miss from Rondeau, so that'll make it 2 down. So Stephen Quigley, the 9-hitter, will step in for the Mariners. Represents the go-ahead run at the plate. What was a pretty quickly moving game is now slowed down in the 7th inning here. Quigley takes the first pitch for a ball. This one has been a lot of fun. The fun continues here.
Coming at a beautiful time on right in time for the playoffs too, Cam. Couldn't ask for any better of a situation.
Second pitch in there for a strike. 1-1. Quigley's made some all-star plays out at shortstop in the field. Now trying to put it together at the plate. Here's one chopped towards the third baseman. Charging, fielding, and throwing in time is, I believe, Jackson Raydell, unless there was a substitution. Nice looking play over there to retire the side. Not before the Mariners are able to tie this thing up, so we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Looks like it'll still be Noah Bleakley out there trying to keep things all tied up, but we've got ourselves a ball game here. Aztecs with a chance to win it in the bottom of the 7th. Appreciate you hanging on with us. This is the Cranberry Baseball League, presented by WMUA Sports. Cam Sibert and Joey Aliberti bringing you coverage for this one.
And Noah Bleakley, even less than Cabot Maher, who had 4 innings pitched before this game. Noah Bleakley only had 2 before this game. I think this is now his 2nd inning. And, you know, not a ton of experience coming in at a crucial time. And could make or break this game. No pressure on Noah, but this is where this is where the game is going to be decided right here.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of pressure. I mean, tie game, you head to the bottom part of the final inning. Kind of want to try to hang on to this. Probably would have liked his team to score 1 extra run to give him the lead, because now any run that comes to the plate has a chance at ending the game. It's been a good one here from Pope Park. Go to the bottom of the 7th. Zach Sylvia will still be the batter. He was up to bat last time when the pinch runner for the Aztecs was thrown out at second base to end the last inning. So he is still up to bat. He gets a fresh count. Had a single his last time up. Drove in a run.
The Aztecs coming up to the probably most potent part of their offense here.
First pitch fouled way out of play over in right field. Sylvia trying to get the early spark here for the Aztecs as the leadoff hitter. Pitch from Bleakley. In for strike 2. Quickly up against Sylvia. Oh, and 2 from Noah Bleakley here. He comes from the windup. Breaking ball got him in the dirt. And Casala makes the tag before Sylvia can start to head down towards first base. Heads up play behind home. But a nice leadoff strikeout from Bleakley there. And it brings Logan Solo into the box. One of 3 solos in this batting lineup. First pitch catches the corner for a strike. Breaking ball there. Everybody in both dugouts on their feet. They want to see about a check swing. I don't think there's any chance that he went for that one. 1-1. Even fans on their feet here in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch gets to the backstop. It's a called ball 2. Casalo will call for time. Head out to the mound to talk it over.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be careful. Every pitch at this point really matters in the bottom of the 7th inning, especially for the Mariners. They want to put this thing into extras before the Aztecs, can do anything about this tie.
Absolutely. That's the goal for the Mariners. Send it to extra innings. And for the Aztecs, try to end it here. Logan Solo with 1 out. Takes another ball outside. Didn't chase. Steps back in. Here's Bleakley again from the windup. Fastball down the middle gets him swinging. 2 strikes now against Solo. Bleakley looking for a second straight strikeout. Couldn't get him to chase on the outside part, so ball 4 to Solo. He'll head down to first. And now the game-winning run over at first in Logan Solo. Brings the pitcher, Cabot Maher, to home plate.
Yeah.
You have to think he might be a little angry after letting up that run and forcing this bottom part of the inning. Chance to take out that anger here and win the game. Talk about taking pressure off your own shoulders. Don't have to go out there and throw an extra inning if you can end it here.
I don't know if the Aztecs would bring him out for another inning after the way he played. Not to disrespect Mr. Maher, but probably wasn't an ideal way to finish off that last inning.
Nice pitch from Bleakley, in for a strike. 1-1. I have to agree with you, Joe. I don't think Maher did great. Swings and misses at strike 2. Yeah, we might see a pitching change if we go to an extra inning here. 2 strikes against Maher. Bleakley looking for his second strikeout of the inning. He's got a base runner to worry about over at first. Here's a poke towards right, but it's going to be foul. Well hit ball. Logan Solo, base runner over at first. Takes a little bit of a lead. Doesn't look like Bleakley's too worried about him. Here's the pitch from the stretch. Nice pick from Casala, the throw down to first. Not going to make it in time, but Casala has been locked in behind home. You could say that for sure.
If Randy Frazier didn't make that scoop at first base, that was probably not the best throw from Casala. That could have been a pass ball and maybe led Solo to get to second base right there.
2-2. This one chopped foul. Still 2 strikes, and Maher staying alive. Both teams kind of getting a little edgy, starting to chirp each other back and forth. Pierre Casala, at the end of that inning, when he had the hose down towards second base, he said, "I gunned him by a mile." Now the Aztecs retaliating a little bit and throwing out some chirps, but still 2 strikes against Maher here. The pitch from Bleakley, low in the dirt. Another good stop there from Casala, though. Holds the runner at first. And I believe it's a full count. Full count. Bleakley gets ready from the stretch, dealing to Maher. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. Instead, it's a called third strike. You hear the roar from the Mariners dugout. They're excited about it. Bleakley might have missed upstairs, but it's a called third strike. And I'll tell you, we've seen that time and time again where a batter has tried to take off on a full count towards first base, and it ends up resulting in him getting rung up on a called third strike. You just can't take more than you can chew. You don't assume that the umpire is going to call a ball, because then he's going to call the strike.
And
it happens every time.
You see the Mariners crowd actually retaliating to those Aztecs chirps. A little back and forth here. You know, love to see that in a high-stakes game like this. Nate Charette now meeting with the entire infield. So it'll be interesting to see what he has to say with 2 outs in this bottom 7th inning.
Yeah, you got 2 outs. You got a runner on first, forced out to second base. Make sure everybody's aware of that.
I might add, though, Cam, that probably wasn't the right call.
No, yeah, I have to agree with you. Again, we don't have a great angle from up here, but it definitely seemed like it missed upstairs. Again, I think when you just assume that it's a ball and you start to head down towards first base, that makes the umpire want to make you think otherwise and ring you up. It just doesn't seem like a smart move. So now it's Bryant Solkind. Here he is swinging at the first pitch. That is hit real well in the right center field gap, and it's over the fence. A walk-off home run from Bryant Solkind on the first pitch of his at-bat, and the Aztecs are fired up. They're waving goodbye to the Bourne Mariners. Some serious chirps from fans, and you can probably hear it through the mic. The Aztecs are fired up at home plate. A walk-off home run from Bryant Solkind on the first pitch of his at-bat will send the Mariners home here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Unfortunately, some bad blood between the two teams. You never like to see that. Serious chirps back and forth. The umpires have quickly left the field, so they're not going to be there to intervene, but still both teams back and forth.
The umpires wanted to get out there and have nothing to do with this. There's a lot of mean blood. I would be astonished if they came over and shook hands after this game.
As we just continue to listen to some chirps, even Coach Charette throwing out a few of them. Still back and forth between both of these teams, not willing to let things go. So the game will end in a 4-2 score on the walk-off home run from Bryant Solkind there. He hit it on a serious rope to right center field. It just crept over the wall, and that's pretty much going to do it here from Pope Park. We're kind of going to stay on the call because who knows what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
As players continue to chirp, but that does it again. 4-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Solkind hits the walk-off home run. Cam Sibert, Joey Aliberti. It's been a lot of fun here, Joey.
It has, and what a fantastic way to end off that game.
Yeah, it went all the way down to the wire, unfortunately for the Mariners. Results in the first loss, but it is double elimination here in these playoffs, so now they will go on to play the loser of the Canton and Rockland game. Of course, Acushnet will play the winners, but I guess that's pretty much all there is to it here from Acushnet, Massachusetts at Pope Park. Again, Cam Sibert for Joey Aliberti as part of WMUA Sports here, presenting you Cranberry Baseball League action. We appreciate those that have tuned in tonight. We will have more coverage of the playoffs as they continue, and we hope that you'll be there for that. But that's pretty much all we've got to say here. The Acushnet Aztecs walk it off in the bottom of the 7th and win this one 4-2. So that's that from Pope Park here in Acushnet, Massachusetts. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We hope you have a great night, and we'll hope to catch you on the next one.